Right, so before I make this video, I just want to tell you I'm not affiliated with the company or the product. I'm just showing my views on how I feel about this product. Without further ado, let's crack on. Oh, and it's not a paid promotion. Right, now I'm back once again with my little Temu backpack, but we're not here to discuss that. I'm in my local woods and we're just going to have a look at my new stove system. Now I did say in the last video that we'll have a little look at it. It's a little bit different to Messner's one that he came out with a few months ago now, and I think he was given that, but I've purchased mine and it's from a company called FreeFuel. Now let's have a little look at it. Right, I'm going to plant myself down in this funky little spot. Like I said, we're going to look at stove systems today, and this is from a company called FreeFuel. Now, I chose this stove because I was looking, like I said, at Messner's. It was a little bit fiddly, but it's very similar. It's got the conical shape, it's titanium, and it comes as a little set. Let's look at it. But before we look at it, let's look at what I used to use. Now, I still like using the MSR titanium pot because they are a brilliant design. They're absolutely awesome. I've used it for time now, but they are an awesome pot. Right, I think they're $750. Now, when I looked into stove systems and obviously windbreakers or windshields, I ordered these from America, and these are the Caldera cones. So they were very similar to the system that I'm going to pull out in a minute. But the Caldera cone is awesome. Still use it, and this is the Toaks 550ml one. So when I ordered these windshields, they are a superb piece of kit. And like I said, these are the Caldera cones. You really struggle to get hold of these in the UK. You have to import them from America. But this is the cones that I use at the moment. Extremely easy to use, as you can see. Caldera cone, stove underneath, and they weigh nothing. Well, the 550 Toaks one is exactly the same. And there's your 550 Toaks one. Now, the 750 Toaks also works in the Caldera cone. Exactly the same as the MSR one. So these two pots from Toaks fit in the MSR Caldera cone. Now, the one that I've just brought is this one. Right, so this is the new Conical kit from FreeFuel. This is my new stove, and I want to try and use this a lot more. My little through hiking kit. I'll put the weights down that side of everything that I pull out. You've got a little bottle which weighs literally a couple of grams. You've got a burner, comes as two pieces, so you can either have this kind of burner where you can choose to work out how to simmer. You've got the lid, which I only noticed the other day, comes with this little rubber toggle so you don't burn your fingers. Brilliant little piece of kit. Now, you've got the cup itself, and the cup comes with a little handle. We'll go into that bit in a minute. And the titanium pot itself with a little on the front. Also comes with a little bag just to wrap it all up. That is a little strap that goes around the windshield. But this is the main bit. Now, you can see it's been CNC machined. But this is titanium, and it's extremely thin. But like I said, with Messner's, it was a different way. Now, this, literally, I can have this together in seconds. So there's the top bit. This is the base. It's got two little flaps on it, and they go straight into there. Okay, the little screw on the back then goes in. Could do a video anyway on my back. That is basically it. Here's the thing that I found. When you watch Messner's, you notice it's in a little bit of wind, but he has a little struggle putting it together. This is what I think was the best thing about this, and this is what made me choose it. All you do is pull it up so it sits in these little pins here. It's just titanium metal, it just slips in. That's it, done. Cone, done. See how quickly that put them together? Really quickly. Now, as I said, the kit, cone, bag, pot, handle, lid, burner, and a bottle. That cost me 67 quid. Now, I pay for everything I get. This cost me 67 quid. FreeFuel have got 5% off at the moment. So if you go there, obviously you're going to get it for less than 67. I think I picked it up for 63, 62. I ain't too sure. Now, This version is the BSO2. There is another one, I think it's the BSO1 version, but this is the BSO2. So we'll have this lit up in a minute. Now the pot itself is a 750 millilitres compared to the other 750. As you can see, thinner, wider. This will probably fit a lot better in your backpack. And yeah, I think I'm going to go with that over the next hike. So we'll see how we get on. Right, so this burner weighs 23 grams. And if you're a serious gram counter, 19 grams. I don't think you need to go that bad though. Now, the windshield itself, the Conical style windshield is, I believe it's 43 grams. But like I said, really easy to just... So the Conical is roughly 43 grams. And this is the thing that made me choose it. It's as simple as this. The bottom one, the top one. But like I said, it cost me roughly 62, 63 quid. Don't think you can get one on AliExpress. I went direct to FreeFuel. Right, I'll move these out of the way because I'm going to show you a couple of little hacks. And they're good hacks. These are hacks that I've been using a lot lately. So, let's move these away. Now, I'm going to brew up with the FreeFuel. I'm going to be using this. This is its stove that it comes with, not the Speedster. And not the one that came with the Caldera cones. So, first little hack, do not put milk or anything into your titanium cup. Always use a separate cup. I only boil water in mine and that is it. And I'm happy about that. But I did have the Wakeiko coffee maker. It's a lung and it's a little coffee cup and it's brilliant because it's just perfect for what I need. That is my first little hack. It's just a hack for a smaller cup without ruining that. The other one is, have you got contact lenses? I haven't, but my daughter has. Got a plane going over above me. BioTrue. If you've got hold of this, get the bottles. Use the bottles. If your kids have got contact lenses or your wife's got contact lenses, use the bottles for your bioethanol. Why? That's why. They've got a wicked little screw top and a spout in the top. Perfect. Just worth it. Two little hacks. I use them all the time. The other little hack is just a little coffee pot. Right, let's have a coffee. Also, when you get the stove, remember, the fuel doesn't come out. It's just like a sponge. Another little hack, and they're quite hard to get hold of really, these little lighters. They're brilliant for putting in your kit. Sometimes I take a striker with me, but yeah, smart little lighters, they're really good as well. And like I said, nice and easy. I like them. Also, another thing, I did say about the Speedster stoves. You can also get this plate to go on the floor. That, you won't burn the floor and you're not going to burn anything that's beneath it. They're a brilliant little hack as well. So, I'll go back through the hacks. Little coffee pot, don't ruin your titanium mugs. Contact lens cleaner. As soon as you've finished, use that empty bottle, little coffee pot. Also, another thing that does come with the whole system is this little measuring cup, which you can use to justify how much bioethanol you're going to use. So I know that that little much is going to boil me a nice cup of coffee. And before you say it, I didn't do a mess no either. Sorry, Paul. I actually brought water with me, just a little plastic bottle, because I'm going to have a brew. To save yourself from wasting water, put it into your cup first, so you're not going to waste it, then boil it, so you're not going to burn the ground, and on it goes. Ain't going to time it. The reason why you use bioethanol is so you can relax, not give yourself that rush. I'm not interested in how long it takes to boil water. I want to just relax. I like my coffee strong. Right, brew's all done. Nice boiling water, lovely. Best thing about it as well is the cup slips out, which is even better. That looks nice. I think I've had a bit of the tree falling. Got a bit of a stick there. That's what happens when you go and brew under the trees. Such a wicked little bit of kit. I really do like this system, and I think this could take over my other little cook system. It's not that hot afterwards, but when you're in winter, it's probably a good thing to hold. Right, so that has been my introduction to this little coffee kit. Outstanding, love it. Hopefully, I think it may replace my previous kit with the Caldera cone, because obviously carrying that in your backpack, hoping it's not getting crushed, it's quite a nightmare. But having this just going straight into this little cup, perfect. All right, let's pack up. Right, that's me done. Right, let's go. Leave no trace. So if you remember what I said in the last video, escape outdoors, backpacking, hiking, green laning, you know, and I just like to get out. Aaron obviously comes out with me on the hikes, and we'll be out, well, I'll be out in the next couple of days actually, because I've got a new tent arriving, but it's going to be budget friendly. Yeah. Anyway, that's me done. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, if you're into backpacking, hiking, through hiking, camping, wild camping, come and see us again. In fact, anything outdoors, come and see us. You want to send me something? I'll try it out. Let's see what it's like.